Hiya, so this is my Phase 5 tutorial for adults. Again, this isn't meant for children. Yes, they can watch it, but it is not very interesting for them. It is just to support you in your knowledge, to make sure that you feel confident for when you're reading with your little ones at home. Phase 5 is the gutsiest phase. It is a really tricky phase. So these are the new sounds. These are the last of the phonemes that they will learn. But in this phase, there are lots of alternate sounds. So they'll learn these, but then they'll also go back through and they'll learn all the alternative sounds. And that, for me, that's when it gets a bit tricky. So at the moment, we're learning just one way to say these sounds. And it goes back for some of the basic sounds as well. And then eventually we learn that actually some of these things say multiple sounds. They'll also, at this stage, start to realise that there's multiple ways to make, for example, the A sound and the E sound. There's quite a few different ways to make those sounds. And they'll have to learn how to work out which one is the right one for spelling. For reading, so long as they know which combinations of letters, of graphemes, make the E sound, then it's absolutely fine. But then when they come to spell, they need to understand that depending on where that E sound is, will depend which E sounds they'll use. And it is quite a complex phase. And often this phase actually takes the entire year 1 year to teach, and is more than likely revisited in year 2. So at the end of year 1 there is a phonics assessment, and it is out of 40, and the pass rate changes from year to year, so it's normally 37 or 38, can be 36, it depends. That's the government's choice. They don't tell us until after we've done the phonics assessment anyway. But those children who don't pass, don't worry, they get another chance in year 2, because it is a really intense thing to learn. Once they've got it for life, and we appreciate that not all children learn the same. And especially with this phase, there's a lot in there, there's a lot to learn. So it normally takes all of year 1, and then it's revisited in year 2, because obviously it is complex and we need to make sure children have these skills. So at the moment, I'm only going to tell you the new sounds. I'm not going to tell you the alternate sounds, because there's quite a few. I will get that later on, but at the moment that's not my focus. My focus is to give you these first sounds, and then I'll add that onto the website so that you also know all the alternate sounds, and there are quite a few, but it's easier to see them in context, again in different words. These are bad enough, it's better to see these in context for you guys, but well, I'll show you those. I'll get that to you at some point. So this is the tutorial. These are the sounds. These are the new sounds. Again, you're trying to get it in its purest form. Accent will change how these sound anyway, but it's about making sure it's the purest sound. There's no schwas on the end, no extra bits that might affect how they then read the words later. So here we go. This is A, so it's a vowel sound, it is A. It's a long sound, A. Ow, ow. I. E, oi, oi, Okay, now you might think I've got two sounds the same. They aren't the same. They make two different sounds. They've got two different sounds. So this is oo, and this is you. Okay, so they're the same, but again they're different. And again, it will come down to the child understanding, to have a try and see which one sounds right. Okay, this is or, like whistle. Again, two that look the same. Technically they are the same to look at, but they're not to listen to, so they have different sounds. This is oo and you. Doesn't matter which way round, in all fairness, it could be you and oo right now, but when they're in words, that's when you'll know which one it is, because you'll do trial and error. Is it oo? No, that doesn't sound right. Is it you? Yes, it must be, that sounds right. Okay, this is o, or, e. Okay, and then these are the split digraphs. Now, hit and miss. Some children find them interesting because they're different. Some children just don't get on with split digraphs, but that's okay, you know, we get there eventually. And it's split because in a word it will have a letter, a grapheme in between. So this is it, they are vowel sounds. So this is A. So for example, in make and bake, So you'd say ache, make, okay? And basically we tell the children that they're such good friends, we had to split them up because they kept chatting on the carpet, so we put the k in the middle, so they still make that sound together, and they're still best friends, so they still make that sound, but we've had to put a consonant in the middle to stop them chatting all the time. Otherwise it would just say a, okay? So it still says a, but we've put the consonant there. This is E, I, O, okay? And the same again, you think they might be the same. No, I've not gone crazy. Well, technically phonics is crazy, but oo and u, okay? So there's oo and u. Oo as in flute, and u as in cube. Okay, so that is the phase 5 in the new sounds. As I say, the alternate sounds, I will get those to you at some point, but it is quite a chunk, so I'll have to chunk that down and think about how I can get that across to you in a way that it might be helpful. But yeah, I hope that's helpful. If you do have any questions, again, either comment on here or on my blog, up to you, or even on Facebook. There's loads of different ways to get hold of me. But yeah, hope that's been helpful.